All right. Looking at the markets, we start with the markets always. Dow Jones pretty much is indecision candle. It doesn't mean that things are turning. It just means there's a very tight range. If you look at 3 minute or 5 minute, you can see it pretty much opened here and pretty much went up, down, and then basically stayed right there. So that's the action that moved within this candle for the daily. But again, you want to take it to the monthly. We're looking good, consolidating. We want to get above this 15709. We've been talking about this for a little bit. You see we're in this trading channel. We want to break above this. And on the daily, we're just, like I said, we might be getting pullbacks for some additional moves and stuff like that. Pullback would be, I wouldn't see it as unhealthy or not. We just want to get over this 15.7 mark and we could continue to go higher. I'm not looking to go short anything at the current time. Because I like to go to the trend of the market. So at the end of the day, that should pretty much be the tone amongst all of the names. The composite, again, another indecision candle, but you can see it's definitely, if that's bearish to you, I don't know what to tell you. This doesn't look bearish at all. It looks like it's stair step, boom, up again, boom, 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 up again, and that's pretty much what's going on. So we have the Russell. Russell on the weekly looks good. Daily, again, another indecision candle. So maybe just tighten up the stops and see what other opportunities are available to you. And just try to go from there. So, again, don't see one candle and start calling for the bears because, listen, if you start calling something, eventually it'll be right. But most people don't want to go through the pain of saying, I called being bearish for this entire year. Yeah, that might be true, but if you start going back, you say, listen, you were bearish from here, and you still were bearish, so you didn't get none of this. So you've been pretty much, you must have had a crappy year. They won't tell you that, but at the end of the day, I think a lot of them have because they just continue to try to reshort or short retracements. That's very, very hard to do. Um, and it's a very you have to be very nimble. You have to be very. It's just like guessing the top. Like you're just saying, okay, I see this. Boom, it keeps going up. Oh, this is it. And then you just get mauled up. This is it. And then you say, finally. Then you go all in here and boom, 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 all the way up. So you don't want to get that to want that to happen to you. Let's look at the SP 500. S&P 500 continues to look good. I would just start looking at some of the banking names, and we can start now. BAC needs to give me a little bit more than just this. Goldman Sachs actually was looking pretty good. Definitely would like to see it over this level. You got Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo might be setting up to get above this 43.10 level, maybe. I mean, you can see it's just been sideways for a little bit. So it's either going to pop up or pop down, and don't try to guess anything. Just kind of see where it goes from there. You have JP Morgan, same thing, almost look identical to that BAC that we had previously. So I don't know if there's a flag to go up or down. Let's look at the XLF. That's the actually, so XLF looks healthy, and that's the sector thing, and you kind of like to look at these things first. So there's a lot of homework that needs to be involved when you start looking at stocks. But again, this is part of the journey. So you could just look at it and say, okay, we kind of look like we may be having a higher low, but excuse me, a lower high. But you don't want to, I kind of like using the 10-day to just say, listen, at the end of the day, if it's not even under that, I'm not going to be looking to get short very aggressively, and you just have to be very quick. So Morgan Stanley, this one is actually under the 10 days, so we got to see if it can hold this level. Okay, this is the gap. Going to see if it can hold this level and kind of go from there. But let's talk about some other names that are a little bit more on people's radar. Apple had earnings, beat them. I know there's a lot of um, has some great revenue from their side, but we want to see how the markets react. So that's the news, but we don't want to trade the news. We want to trade the reaction of the news. So sometimes, it could be great news, they sell it off. It could be great news, they pump it back up. It's either, you never can really guess. Even if the fundamentals look great, that could be somebody saying, listen, I'm selling into the news and going from there. So if you get this nice pop above this level right here, I mean, if you have a gap up or a strong open up above this 533, 534 level, if we start looking more on a weekly time frame, it could definitely, continue to go higher. I mean, definitely can go higher. So at the end of the day, you really want to see how things go. So um, let's look at Tesla. Tesla needs this 160 level to hold. If it doesn't hold, it's gone, and it could go and it could drop farther. So it's under the 50, and you really have to see what's going on from there. You have Google. Google right now, one above that 1040 level. So just keep that on. Amazon. Amazon. Want to see how it goes. So either you want to see a break above, or a break above this high today, a break below. It's just a matter of that's how I would play the gap. So I'm just going to look at it and see how it goes. You have some names in the consumer goods area that are doing good. Procter and Gamble is doing good. You got Philip Morris doing good. You got Coca-Cola breaking out. Yeah, breaking out from this down channel right here. So that should be a good sign if you want to step into that one. That might be a good one. You also have Pfizer, blue pill, making old men new again. And let me see this. Yeah, so you have, if it could get above this 31 area, that's very, very, very nice, because if you look at it, it hasn't been above that, and it's basically crunching sideways for a long time. So maybe it could get to this 39 level. Who knows? It just has to get above a lot of this trash, which it has, and now it can hold. And we currently, for this month closing, have a nice engulfing pattern. So that's actually a good sign for that. So you want to keep a lot of these things on your watch list. I do tweet out stuff during the day. So you want to check Twitter. I actually, as I do my scans during probably around lunchtime, I'll do if I see some stuff. So get on my Twitter, which is linked into my stock twits, and we go from there. So if you have any questions, comments, feel free to like, subscribe. Really would love some feedback, because I'm just here talking into this computer and sharing this, and I would love to be interacting with people, so that at the end of the day, everybody, if you have any questions, I can help either answer them or provide another train of thought with stuff that you might currently have. So let's see how tomorrow, how the Apple, you have a couple of things that have earnings going on this week, but at the end of the day, things are looking well. I'm still in my Disney, which looks like it's retracing a little bit. I think I'm in package. Yeah, I'm in this one as well. I had oops, 3M I'm in as well. So I got a couple things that I have working well so far. So again, subscribe, ask questions. Love to get, if you have something you want to see regarding a chart request, you could do a comment, or you can email me at maximusanalysis@gmail.com, and I'll get that out. All right, take care. Trade them well.